Hello folks, I'm back again after my camera cut out. This is a figure long awaited from Russia, I believe. Brother Vinny's Miniatures. This is Geralt of Rivia. This is before the... well, I've been following the Witcher series long before it's become popular. There's some promised TV series, and I saw the trailer yesterday. I wasn't very impressed. I was a big fan of the books. I've got those on the shelf, Andrzej Sapkowski, and those I bought them several years ago now. Those were, I think I bought them before before I read Game of Thrones. I really liked the sort of dark world of The Witcher and the Slavic lore and myth that was sort of intertwined into it. Really enjoyable series, and I haven't found a miniature until now, and this one's very high quality. First resin miniature that I've ever bought, so I'm looking forward to painting him up as either as a display piece, or maybe that'll start a sort of collection for The Witcher. There's no, I think they've done some board game or something for it. I'd probably wargame it with something like Line Rampant and make Geralt into a special figure. Yeah, the premise is monster hunters essentially, but it's quite dark. It's not like I wouldn't call it high fantasy. It's very low fantasy. The magic is very subdued, and it's very human almost. Yeah, I really enjoy that TV series. Sorry, books. There is also 2 games that I really enjoyed, and the third one has had a lot of critical acclaim. But the TV series looks awful. It's with Henry Cavill, and it's very Americanized, and it sort of goes against the sort of low magic thing. And apparently someone who could speak Russian was saying on the YouTube comments that, well, about that sort of nature of it, the Russians were sort of swearing and things and sort of slating it. You know, you want something to be true, at least to the, well, you know, from the source material of the books. Here we've got either a Commando or a British Army mortar. It's going to be a nice piece for me to do up. I like buying sort of neglected miniatures off eBay. There's a few benefits to it. I tend to paint strip things, and I just use methylated spirits for that, the purple stuff. And you just get some really good deals. And when I want to buy something brand new, then, which I do, you know, I got my Contracting order in the other day, but get something that you really want. And I just like the sort of recycling nature of the hobbies, that you get other people's sort of neglected miniatures and things. I've already shown these before. These are Fallschirmjäger. I can't wait to do. Oh wow, Paul Hicks sculpts. A little bit older now, but just fantastic. None the worse for it, as I've found with even 20-year-old or 15-year-old Paul Hicks sculptures, that they're just fantastic. And they're nice to paint, you know, if you want. I can be a little bit lazy with painting sometimes, and you see the very, very new Emperor sculpts, and they're packed with detail, but sometimes you don't want to paint too much detail, and you just want some maybe a bit simpler models, and that's why the old bolt action metals are really nice, and then same with these as well. But that said, these are actually getting to the point where they're just really nicely detailed, a lot to them. These are all, I've done one order from Warlord for this amount, so I have this amount Fallschirmjäger, and these were bought second hand. But I've got the same again, bought brand new from Warlord. I bought these ones afterwards. I've got Command there, and the mortar. So that's all Fallschirmjäger. Really want to do those for Monte Cassino. Been wanting to do Monte Cassino for a long time now. I suppose you'd have a lot of British Army regulars for Monte Cassino, would that be it? You could use that as an excuse to collect some different collections for bolt action chain of command, like got New Zealanders and I believe the Sikhs were there, you know, Indian troops, somewhat neglected in by the war game at least. I think there's plenty of good history books about them. Yeah, I'm going to really enjoy those. The reason I haven't done them really is because I want to do them justice. I don't want to rush those. It's not something that I want to rush, definitely. I've already seen these in a full-length video. I'm cleaning these up yesterday and the day before. So many of them. There's around 50 NVA from the name of those now. There's 3 companies before Empress had done their new Vietnam range. There was Charlie something. Completely escapes my mind. I haven't looked at these for a long time now, but they're not that difficult to hunt down if you type in 28mm Vietnam. And they're really not that good sculpts wise. I would go for Empress Vietnam if you want to treat yourself. I wouldn't bother with these. They paint up okay, but only after you've done like hours and hours of cleanup. There's so much flash on them, and there's like chunks of flash. I'm talking you have to like hack it off with like a heavy duty. I've been using some steel clippers made in Draper steel clippers, and they predate the fall of the Berlin Wall and unification of Germany, so I don't know what that says, but very good, very high quality. I think I just like the novelty of them, that they're much older than me, that's for sure. I've got a Lord Lovat. That's arrived in the post now, maybe I can open that up. I was going to buy him in 20mm. There's a company called, well, Kelly's Heroes Miniatures, and they also do grubby tanks, and there's another company in the same under the same auspices. We've got the Piper. He's actually a named character, the Piper. And we have Lord Lovat himself, and let's see now. See what we've got here. Ooh, the rifle's a bit damaged. I'll see if I can bend that back into shape. Interesting that the Piper is split in half. It might be because of the bagpipes themselves. There can be limitations to casting. You have to cast them in 2 halves sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time. That's just the nature of casting in metal. So for a particularly chunky model you might have to split him in half, so that's no problem. And I'll have to do my research to see exactly who Lord Lovat is. It might be him. Lovely miniatures. Paul Hicks sculpt yet again. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. This was a lucky find yet again. I think £3 or something. Can't complain. Just to add to the earlier purchase I made from North Star over Christmas, I had a good deal on a German mortar. You can't go wrong. And I didn't have a mortar really. I don't have a regular mortar just for, well, what I've tried to create is a Wehrmacht force that I can use all year round essentially, other than the winter. The winter I've got a specific force. I haven't done Africa Corps, but I just want to do sort of generic Northwest Europe Wehrmacht, because you can just do so much with them. So to that end, I've got a mortar there, just Panzer Grenadiers, you know, quite ordinary, nothing special. but they're versatile. I think that's something that can be said. It would be the same with if you did a British Regulars Force or American GIs or something. You can do so much with them. So that's that, as they say. And some other bases there. This is a larger selection from another purchase that I made, and these have all been paint stripped, so sorry that they look a bit sad, but I can assure you once they've been primed up and painted they'll look much nicer. Hopefully you're seeing just how chronic the metal problem is at the moment. Machine gun. These are already painted up, which is nice. And these are looking a little bit dire, but they just need some TLC. There's a few commandos there, going to do these in dark green berries, I think. One resistance fighter, commander, LMG team, medic, another piper, potentially the same figure. But yeah, these are looking a bit sad at the moment because of the they look worse off for the paint stripping efforts, but I can assure you they're very nice. I'll paint those all up. Won't show you those are very ugly in their current state. It's coming up to 12-13 minutes yet again. Some odd ones this time. Some unknown manufacturer there, some Welsh. Those can go in with my Welsh forces, which are very quickly amassing. I bought loads of gripping piece Welsh at Penarth at the Bring and Buy, and that's done me very well indeed. I might peel off. What I might do is build another force around a command, and then peel off a certain section to sell. That'll do someone who's looking to do Saga. What I could do is multi-base them for a proper Hail Caesar Welsh force. That could be very nice, and I'm trying to push myself, test. That's the whole point with the Bashi bazookas. I multi-base those, and I can see the merit of multi-basing a force. It looks professional, and you can play these big battle games then. There's a bit of an epidemic of skirmish games at the moment, and I think that needs to be sort of considered at least, and maybe we're overdoing the skirmish thing. Thanks folks, so that'll probably take us up to our third video. I think this is a good place to pause it at least because my battery's dying. I'll get more stuff up and charge up.